And we're back with a second year for 2024. This is our second year doing this. I know last year we kind of dropped off, but there's a few things that happened. So this year we're hitting it hard. We kind of got our feet wet last year, and now we're in it to win it this year. So follow along. What have you been up to?
Same as always, Uh, doing my studying with soccer, pretty much sports all in general.
Good off
Trying to,
season?
yeah.
Ready
Now
for
it's starting, so I'm like, I can breathe again.
football's coming back. Everybody's excited. College foot
Mm,
college football starts this week. I believe there's 4 games, 5 games this
or
weekend. And
yeah.
then, of course, the rest of preseason. And then in 2 weeks, we got NFL starting and college football starting. So everybody's happy. But
Oh
let's talk
God.
let's talk about some major stuff that's happened this offseason. Like CD Lamb not getting a contract yet.
Mm.
Cowboys not paying CD. Not really in a hurry to pay him either. Like,
I don't know how that's gonna play out because him not actually getting the routes and running everything like he's supposed to versus well, like the whole spring training thing, so he'll come in, out of the mix, like slightly off, and so I don't know how that worked. And they did that with Zeke, and I think they're shooting themselves in their own foot if they don't pay him. Like pay him, get him on the field, so he can give the reps he needs with his team and go from there. Like if not, somebody else is gonna pay him, but it's the growing market where it's about to get crazy, and
but
it's already been like that.
I believe
Um,
I believe he still has 1 year left on his contract. So if he
yeah, but
does,
I mean, they're gonna have to pay him. They're gonna have to pay Dak because of the market and how everything. They're gonna have to pay him 75 million a year.
they're not going to pay him. I've already been hearing rumors of Dak to the Steelers next year. So yes, I've already been hearing those rumors. Yeah, like that's insane. Dak to the Steelers, I don't know. And honestly, if he doesn't get it done this year, like why would you pay him again? He already made a pretty decent contract last time. Why would you pay him again? Just is Jerry Jones going to clean house? You still got to pay him. You got to pay Mark Parsons. Zeke's not going to get anything. Um, you you still have your people on your defense that you're going to have to pay. Who are you
Yeah.
going to pay first? I mean, you're going to have to pay Mark Parsons. And with the way these contracts are going, I just read a thing today. Jamar Chase wants to be the highest paid wide receiver at 36 mil a year. That's and then I think he was like ballpark like 21 to 26 guaranteed for bonus. So these contracts are not looking, they're just going to keep getting higher and higher. And then with NIL coming out, everybody's everybody's making money now.
Oh man, it was a thing on ESPN yesterday, and I started laughing. Oklahoma State came out and said, "We're not giving no more money." They were begging for money. I guess they were begging everybody, like, "Hey, I want more. I want money." It's like, "No, we're not giving no more money. Wait till December. It's over." I was
Yep,
like, "Damn, it's like that."
pretty much.
So because of that, I want to actually see how Oklahoma State plays. It should give me a baseline of how things is. Because if they looking for more money, then yeah, it should definitely that could be a team to pick on, I think.
I mean, there is a couple teams that I'm picking on this year. Of course, Delaware State, which they play Hawaii this year. Vanderbilt,
Always,
always. And,
always.
and
Simple.
then Temple. There's you just got to look for those teams. And when you look for those teams and you know those teams are going to lose, you just follow them every week. Follow them every week. You don't have to put in 16 team parlays or 12 team parlays or 25 team parlays. Just start out with 4 or 5 team parlays. Go from there. Hell,
Mm,
start out with two or three. Once you start hitting those consistently, then move up to four and five. I'm up to about five or six. I'm good at five or six. After that, it gets a little off. That's just me. Only time I put in 12 to 14 team parlays is when you send them to me.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
now it's whew, yeah.
And don't forget, if you need somewhere to gamble, hit up Bovada. Put the link in the description so that we all can sign up. Get on Bovada with us. Follow us along on there. What teams, sorry, what teams are we looking at this week?
We're looking at Florida State, Georgia Tech, which hmm, I, it's going to be interesting. I'll come back on that one. Uh, SMU, Nevada, which I see a blowout. Montana State and New Mexico, and Hawaii versus Delaware State.
What's the spread for the New Mexico game?
The spread is, I think, 11 and a half right now. It's been
Take
fluttering from 11 and a half to 9 all week.
a safe bet, take 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to gamble, plus 14.
13 and a half. You got that
Well,
edge.
13.5. There you go. 13.5. But I'd be happy with 14 because they're probably gonna win by 18, 21. Hell, it wouldn't surprise me if they won by 30.
Mhm.
It's New
That's
Mexico.
pretty,
It's New Mexico, bro. They're not gonna. They have to win something. They have to go. They'd have to only lose like two games in a season for me to start changing my mind. I'm sorry. UNM, New Mexico State, pick on them both. You might have one or two games in the season that you'll lose because they'll get lucky and win, or they might cover a spread.
yeah,
But other than that, pick on both those teams. They suck.
definitely. Oh
Yes.
man, remember I was telling my homeboy about New Mexico State. And I was like, because we were talking about Alabama and who they play. I mean, it is what it is, but Alabama played New Mexico State, and I told my homeboy, I said, bro, I'm going with the spread. He was like, man, the spread's 58. I was like, bro, you know who they are? And he was like, man, you're crazy going for that spread.
Take
They
it.
had 50, it was up by 53 at halftime. So yeah, easy
Yeah,
money.
exactly. Exactly. I mean, and then in the second half, the clock's just going to run and hell, take a couple field goals and you get, who knows, you might get one or two more touchdowns out of it.
Oh
All you,
yeah, they
all
still
you're,
got they covered the spread. I think they won by it was like 70-3 or something like that. So yeah.
see, you win by 68. You're good. How about all the changes this year in college football? You got teams going, you got SEC, Big Ten, all these different conferences now, and you have an 18 playoff. So
Hmm.
will there be a national champion coming from under four, 5 through 8?
It's possible. I
Who
mean,
is it?
it's pretty much from then it's gonna be you're gonna have to get lucky and it's gonna depend on injuries and stuff like that. I mean, that's what I think. Who can
Well,
stay healthy all year?
it's gonna be. Is it gonna turn into like basketball, like March Madness? Like, is it gonna be January Madness, December? Christmas Madness, that New Year Madness? What are they gonna do?
I think it's definitely possible. It's because like okay, looking back on it now, like TCU shouldn't have. They should have been there, but if they would have been there, they'd have been like probably the eighth seed. I don't think they would have made it in that kind of format. But is it possible? Yeah.
Anything is possible. But yes, anything's possible and when it comes to this, and you just never know this time of year, especially at the beginning of the year when a lot of teams are supposed to come out good. And hell, look at who was it last year? I want to say it's Clemson, not Clemson. Hell, look at Georgia. Georgia and Michigan didn't even really cover last year. It was hard for Michigan just to get a win last year, much less cover a spread.
All the way through the whole season. They got pushed along. But I mean, they still they kept their ranking, which was okay. I mean, it is what it is. Um, that first game at UT Martin showed me a lot. Which I mean, I like to talk trash about stuff like that, but when they played Alabama, I mean, they lost, and I expected them to.
No, we'll see. And there's plenty of other schools that are going to be able to get into this year that weren't there last year, like uh, I forget who it was. Not Utah. They had a college game day last year, but they weren't able to get in to a bowl game or even the playoffs, but they're undefeated. Like,
James Madison.
there you go. James Madison. They
Yeah,
were undefeated, couldn't get in, but now this year they can, as from what I understood.
that's a that's another team. Hey, I would stay on the watch out for, and that's because they are. Yeah, they're coming. They're coming.
They're a
Like
team to
they,
watch.
they, they did a lot of. They came up a lot. Like them teams that surprised me the last couple of years are James Madison and Tulane, especially Tulane, because they were at the bottom. Like that's back when Desmond Ritter was lighting them up and everything like that. Now they're getting ranked this, last year.
Yeah,
And I think they got ranked last year and the year before, I think, at
yeah,
the end. But yeah,
yeah. It's gonna be college football this year is gonna be insane. It's gonna be crazy. Who knows? We might even get to one this year. Might, might. Just all depends what happens if we cash this weekend. If we can hit this weekend, we'll cash. Also, if y'all want to follow along on any of our bets, just email us, shoot me a message on Facebook. I'll respond on Facebook or, add us on Facebook, Athletic Arena Podcast. Get a hold of me or even on YouTube in the comments. I can even get y'all email address. I'll put that in the description also. And y'all just y'all can follow along. I can add y'all to groups and y'all can follow along. And if you follow along, you put down whatever money you want to put down. Not what we say to put down or how much we're doing. Y'all put down what y'all want to put down. Not not trying to be saying, "Oh, y'all got me my house lost." No, I didn't tell you to fucking bet the house on it. No, fuck you. Nope. Uh-uh. I am not going to get sued. No, sir. You guys bet what you can. Bet responsibly.
oh, oh,
So
oh.
I notice you got a little Pittsburgh helmet. Everybody notices I got a new helmet to add on to mine. No, I'm not a Dolphins fan. But yes, that is a Ricky Williams autographed helmet. So yes, you're damn right it's going up there. Yeah, damn right it's going to be back there. But let's switch over to the NFL. Um, we do have AFC North football to talk about. The best division of football.
Hands down, pound for pound.
So much HBO is doing hard knocks on them this year, following an entire division for the first time in season. So
Mhm.
last year everybody was above 500. Bengals were just a couple of games out, and we had a backup quarterback. Of course, everybody knows Burrow went down with that wrist injury. He's back. He actually got a full training camp in this year. I believe it's his first one his entire career in the NFL. He's never had an actual training camp. He had COVID his rookie year, and then he got injured, so he was rehabbing his knee on his way back. Did make it to the Super Bowl that year, and then he got hurt in training camp the next year. Uh, I forget what it was. Still made it to the AFC Championship, lost it there to Kansas City, and then last year he got season-ending surgery on his wrist. I believe it was what, week 9, 9, 10.
Hmm.
So for him to actually get a full training camp in is huge. He's gained some weight, but that boy's slinging the ball still. I can't wait to
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Zach Moss and Chase Brown. Chase Brown is gonna be an underdog, especially he played a little bit last year and he picked up some pretty good plays. But me, I'm going with the Bengals to win the North, of course.
Okay. I could fully understand that. I mean, you have Zach Moss is completely, I think, extremely underrated. Uh, who did he go off on last year? He went off on somebody, and yeah.
He went off quite a bit last year, and if you look up his highlights, he's got good runs, and not only that, he's a good third down back, and he can block. That's what the Bengals need is a good third down back that can block. They kind of struggled when they let P Ryan go to Denver a few years back, but they would have never let P Ryan go. Burrow may have not gotten hurt. Not only that, Burrow actually has a line this year. Best line he's had his entire career in the NFL. Them boys big. Now, Mims, yeah, I believe it's Mims. He is hurt, but he should be back. They said several weeks about a week ago, so he should week 1 is questionable, but I believe everybody there is they're all big boys. They're all huge. Great great blockers. We have a line this year, so if they can keep it and stay healthy, hell, I believe the first 2 preseason games, they only gave up 1 sack, maybe 2. Not bad compared to last year, but then again, last preseason game, it was second and third stringers. So we'll see what they can do. Sam Hubbard's coming back,
Mhm.
but you got to watch out for Cleveland. Cleveland has a team that can do it. They have all the parts, but can Deshaun? I think there's more riding on Deshaun and Cleveland than there is Baltimore and Lamar. No pun intended.
See, I don't know, maybe it's a bias, but Cleveland, there's a saying, Cleveland will always be Cleveland. Uh, there's probably some truth to that
Hey,
because,
I can't say anything. Cleveland's kicked our ass the last 3 years. Like,
yeah, but when you run the ball, which, I mean, the Texans did that to them. Like, where was Miles Garrett? It was like, where's Waldo? Where is Miles Garrett?
where's
Nobody,
Waldo?
nobody even knew who he was. And then Deshaun, I mean, he's the thing I have about Cleveland Browns and Lamar Jackson is two things. Deshaun, I don't know how many games he played. Like that's like 2 years, right? He would probably only played like 6 or 8 games in 2 years. He's getting his money still, which I would call insurance fraud or whatever. It is what it is. It's not my team. Lamar, as far as the NFL, it looks great, right? Like
Yeah.
what he's doing, how he's playing, and everything. Now, me being where I say I have a bias because I'm a Steelers fan, I haven't seen Lamar. We played them like the last 5 years. I've only seen Lamar play twice in the last 5 years, and they haven't won one game either. So,
Because he's hurt. He gets hurt
hey,
too.
yeah.
So it happens when you have that style of play, though. I mean, hell, even Mike Vick got hurt a lot.
Well, I think last year what happened? What happened? That was like the beginning of everybody. That hip drag tackle. That's what got him. They got him and then Mark Andrews. So
Yep.
yeah.
And that's when they tried saying Logan Wilson was a dirty player, but it was just a tackle. I mean, the only team that I know that plays dirty are y'all. Y'all some dirty players.
No, man. James Harrison and Ryan Clark. Like I love RC. RC is like one of my best safeties of all time, in my opinion. But you like how he was like, "Oh man, yeah, you play this way with passion." Like
Antonio
he was
Brown.
literally he been crazy. That money just been
Hey,
like people say it was CTE. Money
he
made him
this
be
was
worse than what
before
it was.
CTE. This was
Yeah,
before CTE. This was I'm talking about the perfect hit. That was just blatant BS.
yeah. He was like if you look up Antonio Brown's college football picture, you'll see where everything started. He was already crazy.
He was already crazy.
Yeah.
But yes,
But yeah, James Harrison. I was looking at that last night. James Harrison and Ryan Clark hits, and like the one Ryan Clark hit on Wes Welker. I was like, Jesus, because after he hit Wes Welker, Trip Palomalu quickly went like this. I was like, God, that's how bad it was.
yeah.
So,
They all
but
well hell, they had I mean, y'all have a lot of questions to answer, especially at quarterback. I mean, of course, y'all's defense is gonna be there. Y'all are always gonna be in the fight, but who's y'all got faith in Russell Wilson? Like seriously?
I
And
as
don't be biased. Like for
as
real,
as a
you
as a as a as a who I am, I'm gonna say I'm optimistic because at one point he was leading the league in passing. So, and either way, we still got Justin Fields. I don't know how that's gonna work, how that dynamic, whether we would transfer
y'all,
to next year or whatever. But
y'all been trying him out
um,
at receivers. So I mean, what's that about?
yeah, I guess they're trying to work with gadget plays.
I mean,
But again, I mean, some people went to that kind of stuff, like Terrell Pryor, which he did it and went to the Pro Bowl after he went to receiver, which is crazy.
Terrell Pryor,
Um,
he was good.
yeah, I really, it was crazy. He was tall and fast. But yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, we'll see. The main thing I want to see though is more consistent. George Pickens. I mean, we should have a great year. There was like, oh, the last couple of years we don't have a quarterback. This at this. Now it should be all right. We have people in position. Make it happen. So,
I mean, y'all. I mean, you do have a team, but oh, and what's this y'all? What's this with JJ Watt being in y'all's over there working out with y'all? Y'all trying to sign the old man too?
huh?
Y'all trying to sign an
Man,
old man too?
I've seen like the last 4 days, like things were said JJ Watt's coming back to the Steelers. So I was like, what?
Well,
And then I started looking, I was like, huh.
there was talk last year of JJ being signed because he wants to play with his brother on the same team, but he said this is the last. JJ did say this is the last year if the team is positioned right and they need his services. This is the last year that he is gonna say, "Yeah, I can come back." After this year, he's done.
Yeah, I don't know if I would. It would be a spectacle in a way to have him there, but I don't know if I would actually really want him. He's been out of the game for what, 3 4 years, 3 years. Um, Before that, he tore his bicep like 3 years running.
Yeah,
Pec bicep, but he was tearing his body up every. Yeah, I don't know
no.
if the juice is worth the squeeze now. So yeah, I don't know if I really take him.
Would the Steelers
I
pay
mean, it'd
him?
be cool on certain plays, like to have him in there go. But other than that, like, yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
I
I
guess it
mean,
would pretty much be only pass rush in a way.
third downs.
Yeah,
Have him
like
do.
definitely pass rush, pass downs. Like
Yeah.
that'd be the only way. And it would probably be him, Cam Haywood, TJ, and Alex Hodgson. Oh, that would be nasty. Oh my God. But it sounds good on paper, but like I said, yeah,
Hell, we bolstered our defense too. We got Geno Stone we robbed him from Baltimore.
yeah, it's like we got Patrick Queen from Baltimore.
I mean,
Hey. He was like, "Yeah, I'd rather be here." I was like, uh, second team All Pro middle linebacker, one of the positions we've been missing.
I don't want to
Oh,
hear it. Y'all let the best slot cornerback just walk away. Y'all didn't offer him nothing. I don't want to hear it. And guess where he
yeah,
came? Guess where he came?
yeah, that's cool.
He came to the dark side.
Reason why I'm cool with it because you know why? Zippy is like a 5'5", and 100% he's taller than Mike Hill. So
It don't matter.
uh, I don't.
Mike
And just
Hilton's
because they,
still he's still the best slot cornerback in the league.
hey man, it happens.
We
I
got
don't
him.
even know. Like with slot corners because they have their own market now. Oh, like we
It,
got Cameron Sutton, which
yeah,
I'm
he's a
like,
nickel.
okay, we got him. He's good at slot. Only slot. He's not a number one because he goes to number one. He gets torched,
Yeah,
and he got
because
torched all last year, like
it's
and
because
against the San Fran game, against Ayuk, all that. But
it's because they're so short, and now they're using the
yeah,
slot receivers for drags, ins, fucking
mhm,
cutting across field, and you can't put a linebacker on a slot receiver to do that. You get too much separation. And you
mhm.
can't do zone because then you have your holes in your zone that he can just go and sit in. I mean, you got to put somebody that's quick. Look at Mike. And then Mike also gets in there and plays the run. So he's one of the best run run defenders too. He can get you. That boy will
And the
get
best
you.
blitzing, I would say easily the best blitzing quarterback. I
He
mean
can.
cornerback. Yeah,
One of the best blitzing cornerbacks in the league.
easily. I can
Uh,
definitely say that.
that's because he's so tiny and he can get it in quick. Hit them holes. But
Yes.
what else do we got? What else we got to talk about? Did we cover everything?
For the most part, yeah.
I think we did cover
Um,
everything.
Well, we covered the NFC North. I would guess the NFC. Go to the no, we covered the AFC North. We got to go to the NFC. Uh,
Who are we gonna? Oh yeah, let's talk about the Niners. Spot. How are you not gonna pay Brandon Ayuk? Like, how can you not get a deal done with him? I get it. You got to pay Kittle. You got to pay Purdy. You got to pay Debo. You got to pay what's his name? White's or is it Whiteside? Woodside or what's his name? The linebacker.
I don't know.
I forget, but there's you got to pay your linebacker. He hurt himself in the Super Bowl last year.
Oh, you heard what's going on with Trent Williams?
Yeah, he wants to get paid too.
He's already the most in the NFL. He's like 43. He still wants more,
Yeah.
which I'm like, come on, bro. Now you just, I think you want to retire. Just come on, bro. So,
I
yeah, that
mean,
don't make any sense.
if he doesn't uh we'll take him. We need a good left tackle. Mhm.
For that money? I don't
Not for,
know.
no, not for that money. You know Mike Brown cheap.
Yeah,
Why you
I
think
don't know.
why
I
you
think
think
he's
Jamar's
making,
sitting out?
yeah, I think he's making a crazy amount right now. And I think it's crazy. So I don't even want to.
It
Yeah.
I don't know. It's this year in the NFC, it's kind of I think Detroit, if Detroit can stay healthy, Detroit might be able to go back to the NFC Championship.
Um, the one thing I see with Detroit is two weaknesses is linebacker and cornerback. They really got torched by the 49ers, like Brandon Ayuk. It just one on ones, but I mean they got rid of Cameron Sutton, which he's Steelers slot now. That's a big hole. I don't know how they're gonna fix yeah, they have to revamp that because what they were doing with that it wasn't working.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's I don't know. And then they have who else do we have in the NFC?
Hmm.
Well, I mean, the Eagles, I mean, they had their, 5-game skid last year where they just blew it off and didn't even make the playoffs.
Huh? Oh no, they made the playoffs. They lost to the Bucks first round.
I mean, you lose 5 games in a row and then you're out of the playoffs. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. Can they come back? I mean, they started out strong and then fell.
Uh, they kind of started out strong because of the teams they were playing in a way. Uh, with Jalen Hurts turning the ball over, I mean, he was turning it over just like Josh Allen was. It's just the difference it was the teams they were playing. If he has, and this is the thing, you have more weapons now. You have Saquon Barkley that's added to the dish, roster. There's no way you should like at tush push. I think I should just you have Saquon, give it to him. You don't need the tush push.
Yep. You
Stop
got
putting yourself in danger just oh, I want to get a stat touchdown. No, I mean that's cool. Saquon's there for a reason. You paying him, let him do that.
Well, that's the thing now. You don't have Jason Kelsey there, and I think that's why the tush push was so successful was because of Jason Kelsey.
Mhm.
Now that
Yeah,
Jason's retired and he's sitting in there with CBS or ABC or whoever the hell he's sitting with, he's
yeah.
just
Well,
chilling
when
now.
they played the Buccaneers, Vita Vea was like, "Yeah, that ain't happening. That tush push ain't happening." He was
Yeah.
moving two, three dudes out of there like it was nothing. That's
But
easily the strongest dude in the NFL. Which, I mean, now if they still do it, if you have somebody like that, I mean, he could move them easily. But um, at their defense, cornerback Slay, he's definitely over the hill. Uh, Run defense, they're pretty decent. I mean, they have a great defensive line. I
mhm.
mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I still see them taking the division, honestly. It's just what it is. They have too many weapons.
Okay, so give me two AFC teams that we could see face each other possibly in the AFC Championship and two from the NFC.
Hmm. AFC, Chiefs, Texans. NFC, hmm, I think it'll be a repeat. Eagles, 49ers.
Oh, oh, that's a good one. I'm hoping, and yeah, I'm a Bengals fan, but I'm thinking what happened last time Burrow got injured. What happened the next year? Came back, Super Bowl run.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm thinking this is Burrow's MVP season. I think this is the year he gets it done. I'm taking I'm just nervous that Jamar sits out regular season games if he don't get paid. Don't get me wrong, yes, you got 2 years left on your contract. Now, if it was your last year, okay, I'd understand. But you have 2 years left. If you can't get a deal done this year, get it done next year. But don't miss regular season games.
Le'Veon.
Not this year. Now
Le'Veon.
next year, yes. Not this year. But I even without Jamar Chase, I think he could get it done. I mean, we got Yosivas, got uh is it Jermaine Bruton from
Yeah.
Alabama. Oh, that kid's gonna be special. So, and then you got Trenton Irwin. He's a pretty good receiver too. I got Bengals Chiefs, hoping for a rematch. And then NFC Detroit, Detroit and San Francisco. Those are my two for the NFC.
Okay.
That's where I've got mine. That's where I'm leaning towards right now.
Let's go.
It's gonna be a good season. Don't forget, if y'all need to sign up with Bovada, link in the description. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, Athletic Arena Podcast, and let's make some money this year.